Hi, today's topic for discussion would be sovereign gold bonds. In today's discussion, we'll be understanding what sovereign gold bonds are, what their features are, and their advantages and disadvantages. I'd like to start by saying that India has had a long torrid affair with gold, and this is evident till date as India is the second largest consumer of gold on an annual basis. The demand for gold from India ranges between 8 to 900 tons per annum. But recently it has been noticed that the demand for holding gold in physical form has been reducing year on year. Due to this, the Government of India launched the Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme in November of 2015. So this was a way of holding gold as an alternative to physical form, either in the form of a certificate or in dematerialized form. So this brings us to the basic features of sovereign gold bonds. The first would be eligibility. This means who can purchase these bonds. It can be any resident individual, HUF, university, trust, or charitable institution. The second feature we will be discussing is denominations. The denominations of these bonds are done per gram of gold, where the minimum denomination would be 1 gram and the maximum would be 4 kilos per individual. But for charitable institutions and universities, it is up to 20 kilos, the denomination, which is the ceiling limit of the purchase. This brings us to interest. This bond bears an interest of 2.5% per annum that is paid to you biannually. And this value of the interest is on the principal amount invested, regardless of what price gold fluctuates to. And the final feature we will be discussing is tenure. The tenure of this bond is 8 years till the time of maturity, but after 5 years, there is an option to exit. Now let's discuss the advantages that these bonds bring to us. The first would be the interest rate itself, that it gives us a fixed income of 2.5% on the principal amount invested till the end of the tenure of the bond. The second thing is that there is no requirement for us to actually physically store the gold or even secure the asset itself, because in this regard, the security of the asset is not a requirement at all. The third advantage would be if this bond is purchased in the dematerialized form, it can be traded after 5 years as well, just like any stock. And the final advantage of this would be the safety. The fact that the Government of India is issuing these securities, there is utmost safety and we can pretty much be guaranteed that the principal will be returned. This brings us to the disadvantages of the bonds, and there are primarily two disadvantages. We can notice that the first thing is that there is a risk of capital loss. This basically means that at the time of maturity, if the price of gold is lower than the time that you purchase the bond, then there can be an element of principal erosion. And the second issue is that the maturity. The maturity is 8 years long, and in most financial instruments that is considered a very long period of time, and there can be several alternatives that can generate secured returns in the same manner.